Hey everyone, welcome back to my next art book preview video. This week we've got two more books by Humberto Ramos that I wanted to share. I just finished recording two others by him, so I thought it'd be a good time to show these ones on camera as well. So we'll start with Ramos Artnout Sabotage, front and back there. This one is a hardback and it's quite large, so it is quite difficult to fit in shot. This one is a slightly older sketchbook or art book compared to the ones I've just finished previewing. This one says June 2012 for the first edition. And you can probably tell straight away you're going to be seeing a lot of Marvel fan art, or not fan art, sorry, because he works for Marvel, does a lot of work for them. So a lot of Marvel work, a lot of comic book characters. I think these ones are DC. I'm not huge on my comic book characters, so you guys might have to correct me in the comments below. So he actually has a few of these art and out books. I can't remember what the other ones are. This one is Sabotage. I've always wanted to get my hands on them because I've never managed to actually find any previews to see what's online. Yeah, I was always curious, and I got quite a few books through the other day, large order, quite a few of Humberto Ramos books. Again, sorry if I'm pronouncing that name incorrect at all. So I like that this one is a hardback. The work in it is pretty cool. But I must admit, at a glance, after previewing, let me show you the other two quickly. These two sketchbooks here, which are his convention sketchbooks from 2017. I must admit, I'm not as big on this book compared to those two. Maybe it's just because it's older and he's developed his skills further, or maybe because he's varied his style a little bit, and that's just my preference. It's still a great sketchbook or art book. And although I'm quite new to the artist, the reason that I'm quite fond of his work is because of his sort of exaggerated style. I think it's really nicely done when people exaggerate styles if they manage to pull it off, something that I cannot do. One thing I'm not too sure of in this one, I find it interesting that it's got the different colour pages for each individual page, but I'm not sure that I really like that it changes the full colour of each sketch on each page. Obviously they're themed, so you know, you've got the Green Hulk. We've got this one to match Black Widow's hair and stuff. It definitely works, and some pages more than others, but on some of them I kind of felt like it tinted the colour a little bit too much. I think it works quite well on Savage Rogue. Again, I could be getting the characters' names wrong. But then on ones like these, I kind of think I would have preferred it just on a white background, but I guess that's just personal preference. Okay, so I'll leave it at that for that first book. And then we're going to move on to this second book, so Marvel Fundamentals by Humberto Ramos. At first it kind of sounds like it could be a tutorial book, but it's not. So this is another of his sketchbooks, specifically a Marvel one. It says 2008 on this one, so this one is a lot newer. Well, what was the other, 2012? So about 6 years difference. And these books are not particularly long in terms of the page count, which is why I decided I would try and get two into one video. I quite often with my art book videos, if it's like a convention sketchbook video where they're not very long, I try to get a couple in one video. And I don't usually show all the pages because I don't like to give too much of the artist's work away. But I tried to show enough to preview it so that you guys know whether you want to buy the book, you know, what kind of things included, and hopefully drive the artist some sales as well. So again, it's very stylized comic book characters. I really like the style. Some of these illustrations are a little bit rougher than others. Like some are quite well polished and others are very rough, as you would expect in a sketchbook. And I think that this Black Cat page is absolutely awesome. I really love the expressions and the style that he's gone for there. And I also love a lot of like line art styles. It reminds me of like a Art Nouveau kind of thing. And you can tell, or what I'm assuming, that these are done in markers or some sort of traditional medium. So these books, not that first one, but this one and the other sketchbooks shown are very much like having a traditional art page in the sense of they are done in traditional medium and they do look like almost an original. The print and the actual paper has quite a almost textured finish to it. So I don't know, it just reminds me of actually owning an original piece, I guess. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Again, this one is pretty short. But I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful if you were going to buy some of the books. I'll put any links to his socials below, and that's it. So thank you for watching.